Alrighty. So today, yesterday we got the grenades working. Um, that the delayed activation grenades working. The world effect seemed to work, but there was no visualization of it. So today we're going to do the visualization of it. What we have this do the detonation where it plays the effect, but it's got a preloaded effect name. What we're instead going to do is get a hold of the ability and use the ability state to find the weapon state, and then once we've got that weapon, we should be able to turn it into get the particle effect from it. But also, we need to make an impact, which basically shows a little crater around the space. So we'll be doing both of those. So let's get into it. So I'll get this out of the way, but I'll be looking at other code while I'm working through this. Right, shot types. Just look at some examples of how you pull the ability from the context. There we go. Source weapon. That's what we want. We want to get the source weapon from it, which is hopefully an item of some description. Alright. Get the source weapon, which is a grenade. And we'll go get a grenade template and just see how it fetches that grenade template. Use launched effects. Oh, okay. Or use thrown effects. Right, I see. Alrighty, so we get the grenade, and then we need to, from the grenade template, we need to load up the archetype for it. I might load up the XCOM editor so I can have a look at that. Alright, so dig into the grenade template, we get the archetype. The archetype will get us the projectile type. Once we've got the projectile type, then we should be able to get the def effect and the impact actor for that particular thing. Seems odd to me that they never bothered to do the impact actor for the proximity mine. Oh well. So let's have a look at Frag grenade. Hello. Okay, so game archetype. And we need to load that archetype, which I haven't done in a little while, so I need to find out how to do that once again. Request game archetype. Righto. Yeah, maybe. Alright, so texture object is a texture 2D. But archetypes can be other things, I take. Yep, we can coerce them. Cool. So we request the archetype and then we can coerce it to an XCOM weapon, which should have ourselves a projectile, which we can then use. Default projectile template. Yep. So we then get the default projectile template from the XCOM weapon and then go from there. Okay. XCOM weapon. We've got a grenade archetype, which equals XCOM weapon content dot request game archetype, which is the content loading system of the game. So we're going to go grenade template dot something. What was it again? Dot game archetype. Makes this no sense. Okay. Cool. So now that we got that, we need to fish out our default projectile. Is it default projectile? Default projectile template. So let's just see that that's in there. Default projectile template, which is an X2 unified projectile. Alright, so looking at the content of PJ Grenade Frag, we're just going to look for the first element. Grab the projectile impact settings, and then we're going to look for these two. So we've got the impact actor and the play effect on def. Enjoy your 15-hour wait, Robo Jumper. How many gigabytes is that for? Oh, does that work, does it? And that'll get me that archetype, won't it? Well, that is 41 gigabytes. I guess the one potential problem is if I don't request the game archetype, I wonder if the runtime change I do on action fire affects that particular weapon. I have this feeling like it would affect it, so maybe it's better that I'm requesting the archetype instead, rather than getting the visualizer. But it will create a new XG weapon, is what I'm saying. Oh, an XG weapon. Okay. But I want an XCOM weapon. But I guess that makes sense. Oh, right. So it'll still be it'll still be valid. Let me have a look at XG weapon. Get entity. All right. Doesn't actually look like it stores the archetype by the looks of it. If I'm looking at XG weapon right anyway. Oh wait, XG inventory item. XG item. Sorry, I'm just looking on the other screen. Yeah, I'm not seeing the archetype there. Might just do this one just because I feel comfortable with it, then I'll go from there. If I need to clean it up later, it's not a big deal. I'd rather just prove that it works. Thank you. I thought I'd get a comment on the jumper, to be perfectly honest. Play effect on def, use impact actor. Right, okay. X2 unified projectile. Projectile elements. Oh yeah, you want to make a nicer pinging particle effect for it. I'd dig that. Something better than the proximity mine. Something like that. We've got to get a sound. So, have we got a sound? Got a particle trail, impact, sound effect settings, fire sound, death sound. Okay, great. So in addition to that, we've got a sound action, aka event. Cool, aka events work. So we should be fine. So we're looking for death sound. Positional, and then gives it a world position, which should be fine. Okay, so next up we have an effect. No, sorry, an action. Alright, so small unit tactics, source. Action, spawn, impact actor, X2 action, spawn, impact actor. You. So this is the one I'm after. Now this spawn is somewhat concerning. Go away. All right. we need to identify the impact actor, which, let's just quickly look and see what it is on the projectile element. It's just a straight up impact actor. Alright, that makes it easy. Target location, trace location. I guess I could just use where I am right now and then this rotator here and then just call it. So then this just becomes, oopsie daisy. What's rotator? Is that a type? It must be. Rotator, target rotation. I'm just gonna keep on doing that. Oh, that's not a rotator, hang on. Initial target normal, okay. I have a feeling this impact won't really care about half of this stuff, but oh no, impact info. What do I need there? Projectiles. Projectile element instance. Oh wait, that's a struct. Right, impact info. Hopefully that's not really used. If I just leave it unset, maybe won't complain too much. X2 action, spawn impact actor, impact action. Thank you. Alright, so I want to give it a impact. That is that. I want to give it a target location. I'll just copy it down. What's with my typing tonight? Alright. Target location. Target rotation. Remove the rotator here because it's applied at the other end. Just to be clear, I'm a bit of an idiot. I'm not like I don't have any math background, and I never really need to do complex maths in what's it called in my web development stuff. So I just don't know anything about rotations. I'm probably gonna have to learn real soon, aren't I? But yeah, I just can't keep up with that sort of stuff. Not currently, anyway. Well, theoretically, that could work. So I might as well try it and find out, see if it crashes and burns. Oh no, what happened? The process cannot done. Oh right, I've got XCOM2 editor open. My bad. Alright, build. Well, it depends on what you're writing, doesn't it? Like, I mean, in terms of what I do, like professionally, like I make websites, right? And like, yeah, there's some skill involved in that, but most of it's involved in like talking to my client and their users and understanding what they need. Like, as far as the actual development effort, I'm a plumber. Like, I'm not like, it's just a trade job. Like, it's nothing special. But yeah, like, depending on what you're doing, it just don't matter. Unexpected end of file at end of class. Grenade. What does that mean? Did I mess something up? Cannot find files matching development source, XCOM mission logic classes. Error, unexpected end of file at end of class. I've never seen that error before. Maybe I closed too many. Here we go. No. Impact action. Oh, there we go. There's the second one there. Yeah, I had a feeling it was something like that. It has been resolved. Free 10. Project elements. That's not right. And Robo Jumper, yeah. I mean, yeah, it is basic stuff, but I'm just so far divorced from when I actually went to school. It's what been 12 years now, and I never went to university. And when I worked at sea for 8 years, which we do employ maths at sea, but I mean it's just not what people do. It's not what people need to do, rather. Oh, effect name, not play effect on def. Need something different there. How do you grab the string off a particle system if you've got the particle system and you want the name of it instead, so that this doesn't chuck a sad? Yeah, I imagine mandatory military service definitely gives you certain choices in terms of how you want to proceed with your life. All right. What do we want? We want to get particle system path. Unreal free. The particle system class. Anyone got an answer for me how to get this path out of the particle system? Because it wants a string. So I've got the X2 unified projectile and the projectile elements and the play effect on def, but X2 action play effect expects an effect name, not the actual particle system. Unless there's another way to go about it. Path name. Oh, there's a path name function. Righto. I guess that makes sense. Oh yeah, you just put it in the comments. I was just looking at the code on the off screen and found exactly that in the source. Good. Alright, I'm just going to quickly get a drink of water and we'll see if this works. Oh, still loading. Alright, blow that up. No particle? What? Don't even think we've got an impact actor there. let's check another, see what happens. Oh, hello. Do I had a crash on the second grenade, maybe? That's unfortunate. Alright, let's get some logging down, I guess. Oh, maybe, maybe what's actually happening is it's not finding this stuff. That's odd though, because like we have a typical ability build visualization, which should have a filled out source track to begin with. Oh wait, unless it's being called without the. It's not being filled out when it gets first generated, maybe. We'll chuck that in there and let's take a quick look at what's it called? Ticking grenade. This guy detonates the grenade. Let me bring it up. So here it dumped. Ticking grenade. Add X2 actions for visualization removed. So that was a crash anyway. Yeah, but you do have indeed a access none state object new state. I wonder if that's the old one not being correctly removed. So it would have crashed anyway. It would have crashed anyway because of the old, the first grenade. Because if it runs on its turn listener a second time, yeah, I'm not unregistering. That would make sense for why. because I don't believe I'm unregistering. No, I'm not. Happy to do that. That needs to be an object, so we'll go local. That's just self. So effect obj equals self. Yeah, I should get that. Anyway, got this thing. We'll look at what the log says about this stuff and then go from there, I guess. Start debugging. Could have just worked, you know. That would be handy, then I could go to bed. Unless of course the projectile system collides and maybe I have to lift it up a little bit so that it explodes not straight on the ground. That might be it. We'll see. Is it at least somewhat evident that if something playable and useful and fun comes out of this, it'll be like totally an accident? Worst qualified modder ever. Alright, what do you got to say for yourself? Well, it's there, but the visualization tracks out of bounds. Oh, okay. Alright, so that aspect of my code is right, but by the looks of it, it's complaining about hitting some visualization tracks that are out of bounds. While we're here, let's just check if it crashes on the next turn. Oh, that's right, we lost concealment. Alright, that's better. Nothing exploded. Let's see if this does damage. It looks like it did something. Mind you, falling damage is never applied well. So this gets the shooter track based on the state object, new state, object ID. So that should be present. Out visualization tracks out of bounds. I might just put a log near the end to determine whether it's happening inside this little space of mine or within. Wait for ability effect. Oh, okay. Delegate. We won't call it a callback, will we? Right. I might just look at X2 ability. Yeah, X2 ability grenade. And just have a look at its. Because, I mean, like, this is almost identical. To the visualization for the proximity mine. Got a lookout action up here. Got the projectile element. We've got our own thing. Let's remove our own thing just to see if our own thing is the problem. we'll see what happens there. Let's just do a bit of that. Let us know if our if statements are running or not. One hour. I thought this would only take an hour. I just assumed that everything would just work. Alright, let's see what's going on. Oh, it was a joke. I know that it's never been that easy. Sometimes I get surprised though. Sometimes it does just work. Just not this time. Alright, let's throw a grenade over here. Right. Back off. Back off. Back off. Nothing happened. Alright, so go through all of my stuff. Alright, so according to this, it adds all the things, but then we have this visualization tracks out of bounds. Add visualizations from future game states. This is where I get confused. But potentially it's how we're adding things. Let's see what else we got here. We've got a state object, new state of none. From add visualizations from future game states. So when we detonate a grenade, we gather additional abilities for target location, and then we activate ability with this static. Activate ability, X game state context. I'm going to assume something I'm doing wrong is here. And I'll get proven wrong later, but that's fine. Context ability. Activate ability. Available targets index. So the action to perform is the action we picked up. That's good. Because action is available action, right? Now detonate. Does that mean you can't fix XCOM pathing call at all? You're just gonna have to suck up that bug forever and ever. Right. So we have an detonate proximity mine lives on this guy. And then we have submit new game state. Which I think is further down. There it is. New game state, get num game state objects greater than 0. Else clean pending game state, new game state. Maybe that's what I need to do. XCOM2 is great. It's like everyone's what's it called? Like constantly staring at that what is the Steam repo? And it's like, oh, something's changed. Oh, something hasn't changed. And then everyone's holding up on hope onto the pattern. They've done it every time, so they must do it this time. I'm just wondering whether I need to submit things correctly. Because we've got this private method on FX for submitting new game state. This is the one thing that's a bit different from how I'm doing the proximity detonation. This activate ability should create its own context, I think. What are you working on now, Elad V? This is on our XCOM, who's like making a thread every time the depot changes. Don't let them hear you say that. Alright, now I've just had a play around. It's almost midnight here, so I'm not going to keep on going if this doesn't work. I'm feeling like we're getting closer, but there's something going wrong with this stuff. You shouldn't have said that in the chat, man. Oh, you never know, Elad V. Maybe one day I'll be like super popular. Like I'll have released my mod and like everyone will be like, "Oh man, it's awesome," and then they'll come and watch me fart around with my development. I'm in a rush. Honestly, it's just an easy way to phone RoboJumper up for advice, to be perfectly honest. It's quite useful. Fair enough, Elad V. Alright, give me a particle effect, please. Just the door and the window. Don't really need to. He puts in far more time than he really needs to for me. I'd have to pay for food then, mate. Why do that? Got a good thing going. Alright, so we're still getting this out of bounds stuff. And it's happening beyond my function. I do wonder... Might just be worth testing wherever it occurs for proximity mines at all. Spawn weapon. Give me... Nope. I want an item. Grenade pocket. Yeah, sure, grenade pocket. Give item. Oops. Which one do I want? Backup. Thought there was a utility item, utility slot that I was looking for. Nope. Not backpack. Ah, there it is. I missed it. Alright, give me proximity mine. There we are. Alright, there's an actual proximity mine. Let's run away. You haven't seen it before? If you go to X2 debug items, you can just put anything in your inventory. It's kind of handy. I'm honestly astounded there's something that you haven't seen in this interface. Alright, so it looks like that had some of the same winges. Like this would be from the proximity mine. Yeah, Elad V, I'll be like the global resistance concept, I'll definitely be exploring that. The idea of scavenging. It's sort of like half your weapons will come from the Advent's cold dead hands rather than from your unlimited store that you've got. I just think it also helps to make sort of each engagement, rather than just being about the final victory of each singular thing, you make it about what's the word? You make it about like lots of little objectives too, like steal more equipment and ammunition from each enemy. Anyway, so we've got a bunch of visualization track out of bounds straight after the proximity mine. So it feels like the proximity mine code has the same problem, possibly. So I can't really blame it for why my projectile stuff isn't working, which is a bit of an annoyance. The iron price for your weaponry. Either way, I'm not sure where to go from here. Like, it feels like this code is running. Like it does run. I might have to do a visualization block check. Oh, that's what I should have done before I closed up. But yeah, it's midnight. I'm not going to carry on right now. I'm going to look at this again tomorrow. I've got a long drive ahead of me tomorrow, so I'm not keen on staying up too late. Work visualization for grenade